It's currently 8:58 p.m. Here's where I am currently on the Mughal polystyrene drawing project. I used most, if not all, of these Sharpie markers to color and draw details for this wing, both during the early morning hours as the July 22 My Dinner video project file was rendering in Camtasia 2019, and during the evening hours as the July 23 My Dinner video project file was rendering in Camtasia 2019, and then as that rendered video project file was being uploaded to my YouTube channel. I recall I worked longer for roughly anywhere from 45 to 60 minutes and made more progress during the early morning period, during which time the rendered July 22 My Dinner video project file was also uploaded to my YouTube channel. I only worked on the Mughal polystyrene drawing project in bits here and there during the evening hours, as recently I helped my dad get a pretty tall corner cabinet. It was only somewhat heavy for the two of us, but there was still some difficulty in getting it through the front door, through the living room, and into one of the spare rooms at my dad's place. As it was somewhat uniquely shaped. Due to being a corner cabinet. And there's some elevation between the front door to my dad's place and just outside of that. But me and my dad working together managed it within a handful of minutes or so. It was around 7:25 p.m. then. And in the time between then and now, I felt somewhat tired. and nodded off somewhat. But I managed to push through the tiredness. And I currently don't feel tired. I plan on going to bed by 11 p.m. at the latest. Though I'd like to go to bed sooner than that if possible. I shouldn't have any difficulty falling asleep. I recall I last woke up around 3:30 in the morning after falling back asleep within a few minutes after waking up around 2:15 in the morning. Both times I woke up naturally. As I haven't felt the need to use any alarms for at least a few days now. Today I've gone from being 8 my dinner videos behind to now being just 7 behind. My room upstairs is currently room temperature, but I recall just 2 to 3 hours earlier it was somewhat hot. While editing the July 23 My Dinner video project in Camtasia 2019, I would periodically turn my air conditioner on at its set temperature of 70 degrees Fahrenheit and have it be on for a minute or two just to cool my room down. And whenever I did that, I had to take a break from editing the July 23 My Dinner video project. Right before I helped my dad with the corner cabinet, he went to my mom's place to help her with a couple things, and I joined him to visit my mom, as I'm staying currently at my dad's place. I recall we were at my mom's place from roughly 6:15 p.m. to 6:45 p.m. At the end of our visit, my mom gave us one t-shirt each for the both of us. Around 6:45 in the morning, I had with my first and only cup of coffee today. some scrambled eggs and cut up Italian sausage, followed by a glass of low sodium V8 branded vegetable juice. I had that cup of coffee plain, as I always do, and then around 2 p.m. I had with a plastic bottle of cucumber lime flavored super water, some scrambled eggs, this time with leftover Italian sausage put within those scrambled eggs. Both times. My dad did a pretty good job with the scrambled eggs. And I recall I sipped at that plastic bottle of cucumber lime flavored super water as I was editing the July 23 my dinner video project until around 3:30 p.m., which was when I finished that bottle. My shift at Wegmans was from 8 in the morning to 12:30 p.m., during which I primarily restocked the banana section and the hard items section of the produce department. The hard items section predominantly consisting of different varieties of onions and potatoes. Though I also restocked merchandise for the bulk wall on the right side of the produce department, and towards the end of my shift, I restocked the carrots and celery section of the produce department on the same side, only a bit more towards the middle of the produce department rather than the back. From the carrot runner that I got from the cooler area of the section of the employees only warehouse for those who work in the produce department. Everything on that runner was in black plastic collapsible crates, rectangular in shape, and I call it the carrot runner because even though it's intended for the carrots and celery section of the produce department, I've only ever seen varieties of bagged carrots on that runner. No varieties of celery products. I also helped a female coworker that's an assistant manager of the Wegmans I work at to restock some regular watermelons at their two flat open displays next to each other at one of the front entrances of the supermarket between the main public part and the transitional area. I helped push the large octagonal cardboard container for those regular watermelons that were on a wooden pallet on the forks of a hand jack through a wide enough path from the section of the employees only warehouse for those who work in the produce department to that front entrance of the supermarket, which took about a few minutes. And then from that front entrance, I helped load regular watermelons from its large octagonal cardboard container onto other regular watermelons on their two flat open displays close to each other. About halfway into my shift, I hit my forehead on the top part of a wooden farmer's market style stand front display of the produce department as I was helping to put back 3 wooden wheels of varying sizes that I think aren't really meant to serve as wheels for that stand after an older female customer accidentally caused them to roll out between one of the legs of the stand and presumably one of the plastic bag holders that are placed throughout the produce department and fall over. There wasn't really any pain, at least nothing that I perceived upon hitting my forehead on that top part of that farmer's market style stand, though the same female coworker that I would later help restock some regular watermelons today must have saw it, as within a few minutes she approached me and asked if I was okay. I said yes, and when she offered an ice bag and a couple minutes break, I accepted. The ice bag consisted of some kind of plastic bag with ice in it. And even after the 2-minute break I took, for about a half hour afterward, I would periodically reapply the ice bag to my forehead the top part of it for about anywhere from 15 to 30 seconds before that part of my forehead would feel cold, and I would stop applying the ice bag and put it back down on the top level of my designated cart for today. I would have kept reapplying it, but after about half an hour, the ice had melted to the point where the ice bag wasn't as cold and therefore wasn't as effective. I kept reapplying the ice bag and pretty much just sat in the break room and did nothing else during the 2-minute break in order to be on the safe side. Even though my head didn't hurt after hitting my head somewhat, the top part of my forehead, and I'm perfectly fine currently. After all, I did all of the editing for the July 23 My Dinner video project in Camtasia 2019, rendered that video project file in 1080p quality, and then uploaded that rendered video project file to my YouTube channel in my room upstairs at my dad's place afterwards.